Hello, welcome to Back to School Night for AP Calculus. I am Mrs. Richardson, and just to tell you a little bit about myself, which most of you probably already know, my degrees are from the University of California at Davis. I do have a California teaching credential and I'm a Google Certified Educator Level 1, and I have my ACSI Lifetime Credential. I have over 25 years of teaching experience, and this has to be my favorite class, so I'm super excited about teaching AP Calculus to your kids this year. So, first thing is May 11th, 2026. That is the date of our exam. So, put it on your calendars. Make sure your kids are available to take the exam on this date. There is an alternate date, but they have to have a really good reason to take it on the alternate date, and I don't recommend it. They will be prepared on May 11th and ready to take the exam. There is a cost, and there is a date to enroll for that. That information will be given to the kids as soon as it becomes available to me. The cost is fractional compared to what the long-term payoffs are. I'll talk about that a little bit later when I talk about dual credit as well. So just a couple of housekeeping things. Classroom is where all of their assignments are. They will be notified of when tests are through Classroom, and they will be doing some assignments through Classroom, so they will need to bring their devices to class. PowerSchool, again, is where all of their grades are kept. And the final grades are in PowerSchool, regardless of what grades might be in Classroom. And students should be checking to make sure that those grades are accurate and that I have not made any mistakes with entering them. But you should also have access to a parent login for PowerSchool. If you don't have that and you want it, see the office to get that. This class has the benefit of getting college credit through William Jessup University. There is a cost for that, and I think there's an enrollment date too coming up in the next couple months. I will get that information to the kids as soon as it becomes available to me as well. So this is a good time to talk about whether to do the AP score or college credit. I suggest doing both. The reason is, even though there is a cost for both, the cost to do the AP exam and the dual credit is minimal compared to the long-term payoffs for that. I think of it in terms of what a semester of college costs. It usually ranges from 10,000 to 40,000, depending on what school you go to, a minimum of $10,000 for a year. So that makes a semester about $5,000 to up to 20, depending on where they go to school. If you think of the cost to take dual credit and AP classes here, it's fractional compared to saving potentially a whole semester of tuition dues. So that's a minimum of $5,000. I like to tell the kids that this is like your job. You're making a lot of money. If you can get a semester or even half a semester's worth of credit to get you started in college, it's going to save you a lot in the long run. You can start taking the next classes in the sequence sooner. You don't have to take assessment tests and get placed in a class that you maybe have already had, but they want you to take it again, which again throws you back on starting those upper level classes that you eventually want to get to. It can be tricky navigating whether to apply your AP scores or the dual credit when you get to college, and colleges treat it differently too. If your kid knows where they want to go to college, they should find out from them what they want. Although I suggest doing both AP and the dual enrollment or the dual credit, because they might change their minds later, or they might find that they can use those units for something down the road. You can't change your mind at the end of the year about wanting to do that. You have to make that decision now. So I say err on the side of doing them both. You'll have them both. You can sort out what you're going to use where down the road, but at least you'll have them in your pocket because you can't go back and redo them once this year is over. So if you have questions about that, I'm happy to talk to you individually about where your kid's thinking about going to school. and how to navigate that whole process, because it can potentially be tricky depending on their major and depending on the school. But I'm happy to share what I know about that, and which isn't extensive, but it's a little bit, just to help you kind of get through that. Finally, commit to a 5. This is the mindset that I want the kids to have for this class. It is a standard of, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to make sure I do everything that I'm asked to do by the teacher. I'm going to make sure I ask questions when I don't understand things, or I get help when I don't understand things, because it's my responsibility to do well in this class. I already mentioned that I talked to the kids about treating this class like it's their job, which means the first homework they should do should be for this class and other AP classes that they have. Um, I would suggest maybe setting a time limit. Do it first, maybe for an hour, and then move on to something else, and then circle back if they need to put more time into what they're doing. And that, again, it isn't usual to have over an hour's worth of work to do, but sometimes that can happen. But just prioritize it. Don't leave it to be the last thing that you do, because your mind isn't fresh and you're tired and you're not going to do your best work. I did post some online help for them, and I've offered to do study sessions with them if the need arises. We'll talk about that as the year progresses. Anyway, thank you for being here, and I hope that we're off to a great start.